Hola from the West Side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva. Welcome to NotSoRandomChat. Happy Saturday, y'all. I know it's late. But it's still Saturday in the West. And I hope that everyone had a great day today. I know that there was a march in my hometown today. I know that there are people who are still in disbelief that 45 did not pick up the electoral votes that he needed. And that to this point, none of his claims of voter fraud have been substantiated. But now here's the irony of the whole situation. As of today, Joe Biden has 306 projected electoral votes. Ironically, that's the exact same number of votes that 45 had 4 years ago. The irony of it all. And the irony that the Trump administration won't even believe their own Homeland Security. Homeland Security, I guess the part that takes over, that is over electoral processes, has said that this has been the safest in history. Interesting. Meanwhile, we continue to deal with the ill effects of our current president not doing something about this freaking virus sooner. We're now getting travel advisories. We've got states that are starting to shut down, cities that are starting to shut down across the country again. We are now dealing with another spike in the coronavirus because many people congregated for Halloween, the demonic holiday that it is. My opinion, of course. So now, cities across the country are dealing with higher numbers of COVID. We've got more people testing positive again. We have people starting to go to all of the food banks trying to get food because there's a Thanksgiving holiday in a week or so. And even if our country is in the middle of all that's going on, it's still considered a national holiday. Yet, our numbers of COVID are going up. Because people refuse to wear these goddamn masks. And to all the anti-maskers out there who believe that the masks are not effective, at all, I challenge you to go into a room full of people who have tested positive for COVID without a mask and sit in there with them for an hour. Since the masks don't do anything anyway, go in there and masked. Let me know how that works out for you. It's very, very sad that wearing a mask, a medical mask, in most cases, N19 or, face covering has become a political thing instead of a health and safety thing, like the rest of the world. We're the only country who has made this into such a big freaking deal. And yes, DC's ranting right now about this because it's pissing me off. There's so many people keep getting sick from this stuff because they refuse to take their own health and safety into consideration. And I do blame it on the current administration. We had a lack of leadership when it came to this. And that's why he lost. I know that's why a lot of people didn't vote for him. And yet he still keeps going on in this sense of denial. And until he accepts the fact that he lost the election, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. These people acted a freaking fool in DC today. There were several people stabbed, and there were about 10 arrests. Now, yeah, that's a low number, but that's who they caught. Yet and still, tonight, the streets of DC, around 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, were littered with the aftermath. And I'm just shaking my head about it. Because, I did listen to some of the chitter chatter today. I listened to some of it, you guys. I really did. Because I happen to be, I try to be an unbiased person. And I try to give everybody their chance to talk. But some of the stuff that I heard being spewed at the Million MAGA March, let me say that right now, was just trash. Pure and utter trash. So now, the Democratic Party stole this election. Like, we're led to believe that the Republican Party, with the help of Russia, stole last election. So basically, you're implying that we don't have free elections in this country. That's what you're implying, 45. This is not, like all of these other countries where they don't have free elections. Our elections are actually free elections. And it just so happens that in this particular election, voters' votes really do count. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. They count. So now Joe Biden has the exact same number of electorals that you got 4 years ago, 306. To 214, I believe. I think the only state that we're not sure who it went to at this point would be North Kakalaki. Now, they are still doing the recount of the votes in the state of Georgia, because it is kind of close. But based on the original count, you lost that state too. So I'm just trying to understand why we're still in denial. That means that two states that you had in the last election, and I'm talking about Arizona and Georgia, two states that are traditionally, or have been traditionally, Republican for, I don't know, my son's entire lifetime, are no longer Republican in this election, even though they have Republican governors. We'll just let that marinate. And we also know that in the state of Georgia, that was a very, 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 very close election for the governor. I'm kind of wondering whether he really won. But then, if I question that, then that means I'm questioning it now. Kind of like 45 is. Yeah. So, Arizona, the last time that Arizona went blue was Bill Clinton. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? How ironic is that? Dang, Mr. Trump. Even 44 couldn't get Arizona and Georgia blue. But dang, you mean these people dislike you so much that they'd rather go blue? And you're in denial about it. And there are a great many Republicans who are in denial about it. And it's dividing our country. It's dividing our country. We are not the Bloods and the Crips. We are not the Bloods and the Crips, y'all. I'm going to say that again. We are not the Bloods and the Crips. And ironically, the Bloods and the Crips, as we all know, did not start off as gangs. But right now, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are looking like gangs. They are. And they wonder why people don't want to be in either one of those parties. Well, let me tell you. I don't want to be in either one of them. I personally think that each party, no matter whether the Dems won or not in this election, need to do a whole lot of soul searching and reflecting. The Democratic Party needs to really, really, really get it together and stop using Black people without doing anything for us. I'm going to say that again. The Democratic Party needs to get it together and stop using the Black voters without actually doing anything for the 13% of us in this country who ironically come out and vote in droves. But I digress. And then the Republican Party needs to really decide if they are going to be Donald Trump's Republican Party or if they're going to be the goddamn Republican Party. I'm just sick of it. It's so much hate tearing our freaking country apart. Hate. We look weak. And we're still the laughing stock because we are the country that everybody else looks at for free elections. And we're questioning our own daggone electoral process. Nobody else sees the problem with this? Nobody else sees how this is making us look in the world? Is everybody else all fine with this? You know, I mean, at this point, I honestly don't know what else can happen to make this any worse than it is right now. I just don't know. I know you guys are everybody's up in the bushes watching tonight. It's that kind of night. Today, the 14th, is also a somber day for those of us here in Southern California. Today was the day of the Saugus shooting of 2 young kids by another student. Babies. We're talking about 13 and 14-year-olds. You guys remember that? I talked about it last year at the same time. It's been a year. A couple of weeks ago, it was a year since the borderline shooting. See, we haven't had any shootings, in the last 9 months? Because we've been fighting with a health, issue that's global. But I'm certainly hoping that going into this next presidential period, that doesn't happen no more. That when our kids are finally able to go back to school, that they won't have to worry about getting shot at school. They won't feel unsafe. See, right now everyone's forgetting about all of those things. We just want to get our kids back in school. We want to get past Corona. But let's think about what it was before Corona. Before Corona, we are afraid of sending our kids to school because of crazy people. Y'all remember that? For several years. I mean, actually, it started during the Obama administration and continued throughout the Trump administrations with all these freaking shootings. And the only thing that really stopped that was this daggone virus. Think about that. Think about that. And America, don't think y'all gotten off clear. Because as I said, when this virus started, it was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call to the world. It was a wake-up call to America. It was a wake-up call to all of us. And We still aren't repentant. We still think that we are hot shots. But we're going to have to answer eventually for everything that we've done. For all the hatred that is being spewed. How our country was built. See, that's really part of the problem, y'all. Y'all know that. And this is the reason why I don't understand why we Black people expect anything more. Why we ever expect anything to get better. You know? I know I'm in a kind of somber mood tonight, but you know, hey, y'all. It's a lot of not happy stuff going on. You know? I mean, our coronaviruses are starting to go back up. We are still making wearing a mask a political issue instead of a health issue. I blame that on 45. We still have so much division going on in this country. Thank God it's not worse. Thank God it's not worse. And I've been like, kind of, you know, going around YouTube, you know, sitting in on various paths, live streams, listening to a lot of different panels and everything, and just listening to a lot of the stuff that we are on here talking about. And some of the stuff that we're talking about is just so... That was weird, wasn't it? It just stopped on its own. It's just so stupid. Because we're arguing with each other about dumb stuff. I'm trying to get the music to come back. You guys give me 1 second. Let's see if I can get our music back. It just went away on us, y'all. And I kind of like to have that, you know, in the background. It keeps it, I don't know, no dead air. Like now, you can get dead air. And y'all know the dead air. It means there's nothing, there's no sounds. I know it's a radio and television term. But give me a second. I'm trying to get, it's just acting up. So I'm gonna let it act up. And I'm just gonna keep talking while it's acting up on me tonight. And okay, I think I got it, Joe. There it is. That was going to be my trip if that music did not start again. That was going to be my trip. But you guys, I think we really, as a country, we decide what we want out of our president. Whoever it's going to be on January 20th. I know a lot of people are afraid that a Democratic president will come in there and start closing our country down. But haven't you guys noticed? Hey, Mo Grizzly. Haven't you guys noticed that the country's already shutting down? And it's not any president that's making them shut down. Cities and states, you know, they're doing all of this all on their own because that's the way that 45 has it. Now, 46, I don't know what 46 is going to do. I don't think that he's going to come in here and try to close the whole country down. That would be ridiculous to do at this point, because it's too late to do that. We probably should have stayed shut down for longer, but we did. What whoever's going to have to do, who's in the White House as of January 20th, they need to do something to, number one, try to at least get this to a point where we are able to move forward with some comprehensive things in place. A lot of people are getting sick because nobody believes that they should wear a mask, Mo Grizzly. People went out and had fun. Halloween. And it's not the older people, it's our younger people. Because it's people under 50 that are more getting this, but they are unfortunately giving it to people over 50 who are not having quite the same fate. You think it's coming again, Mo Grizzly? I think that it's already starting, but I don't think that it's going to be a president that's going to lock us down. I think the states are going to do it themselves based on what's going on in their states. We already have Chicago locking down. We already have travel restrictions going up in the states of California, Oregon, and Washington, where they're telling people who come into the state that they're going to have to quarantine for 14 days. We're already starting to see that. I don't think that it's going to be the federal government that's going to do it, because we're not like other countries. We have decided as a country that we're just going to let everybody do willy-nilly. I don't know if that was the right way to do it in the first place. I personally think that 45 should have done a national shutdown. He should not have left it up to the actual governors in all of the states. That was absolutely ridiculous. No other country did it like that. He should have done a national shutdown and then obviously reduced it in areas where it wasn't needed. And if we had done a national shutdown that was exactly the same across the country, I don't think we would be where we are. And I think that if we had have mandated the social distancing and not made wearing masks optional sooner, I don't believe that a national lockdown at this point is going to work. They should have done it in the first place. And the people in our country are too stupid to understand that they could be saving their own lives. And I am not saying that the masks are our salvation. That's ridiculous. All I'm saying is that it's a deterrent. So are the shields that people are putting over the face. All of these things are deterrents. And they're only meant to slow it down. Now, when we get to this vaccine and the antibody treatments, I'm in mixed feelings about them. I'm not taking a vaccine. That's me. And I think that there's no way in hell that our country could ever try to make it a mandatory thing. We're far beyond that now. Hell, If you wouldn't make it mandatory to wear masks, you certainly can't expect that you're going to mandatory make us take a vaccine. I know there are people that have no problems, that they're going to be in line. They're going to be first in line for a vaccine, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to continue to do the things that I've been doing. What do? I am one of those people who has been trying to maintain my health the whole time. I'm not trying to catch a cold. So I'm taking all my herbs, I'm taking all my vitamins, I'm taking black seed oil, oregano oil. I'm making sure that I have plenty of vitamin D. I'm making sure that I am getting sunlight and I am going outside. I'm not always having on a mask 24 hours a day. That's ridiculous. But I'm also making sure that, I don't go around people that don't respect their own health. I respect mine because coronavirus is not the flu. It may act like the flu in some people, but it is not the flu. I know that from people that I know who personally had it. It's not the flu. I happen to be in what they consider the high-risk age range because I'm over the age of 50 and proud of it. But I'm also taking precautions. Thankfully for me, I worked from home in the first place. But yeah, this virus is going to slow down our economy getting back on its feet. And personally, I don't think it mattered who won this election. I think it's still going to take some time for our economy to get back on its feet. I do think that our current president did not take the correct steps at the beginning. He just didn't. And he's never taken ownership for that, which is unfortunate. And I think that that's the reason why he's a one-term president. Now, of course, you can get out there and come back or try to come back in 4 years. But y'all, haven't I been saying we don't need no more old-ass presidents? I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that 46 is the last old man that we have up in there. I'm tired of it. We need to go back to having, our presidents need to be under the age of 60. And preferably, I would like them to be, under the age of 55 when they come into the White House. I have no problem with presidents in their 40s when they get in there. Seeing as the age that you have to be is at least 35. Because all these old ass men are not working. And I'm saying that as an old ass woman. Although I'm not that old. Because I'm still younger than 44. But the point is that I know it might be scary, but old people got to let go, and they have got to let the next generation take over. I know God help us because we didn't raise them right, but baby boomers, let go. You're going to have to let Generation X come in. It's time for Generation X. It is. Don't worry. Some of the Xers are in their 50s now. They're about to turn 50. Some of them are in their 50s. They're in the early 50s. So you might, and in 4 years, they'll still be in their 50s. You see what I'm saying? Because, I'm sorry, baby boomers, you're out of touch. I know you guys are hoping that, getting Biden in there, that's just going to bring, no. He'll bring some normalcy. He may bring back some respect to the office, but he's still old. Matter of fact, he'll be our oldest elected president. Think about that. We keep letting our country be run by senior citizens. And we're not the only ones. We are not the only ones. Most countries are being run by senior citizens. Don't we see a problem with that? Now, of course, Canada, their prime minister is not a senior citizen. I'm sorry. But he's a nice looking man. I guess it does help if you're younger and attractive in leadership. But we need younger people in politics running this country. Don't y'all see how bad it's being run into the ground? And I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm one of those people who is nonpartisan. I am not a liberal. But I'm certainly not, to the extreme right either. But I'm pretty conservative, even if I do have purple hair and I'm all tatted up and pierced. My outer appearance does not dictate my inside values. But see, I'm in that group of people that we're outliers, independent thinkers. That's what we are. We're outliers. We are outliers. But we're going to see, y'all. We're going to see what happens over the next few months. I'm really watching to see who it is that 46 is going to be bringing in with him. And now the comedians are having a field day. Last week, Dave Chappelle, was it last week? It was last week? Or the week before, I don't remember. And now Chris Rock is on SNL tonight. So they're all saying everything that they need to say, because I don't think that they're going to be able to have it as many funny jokes over the next 4 years. I don't think so. I don't think Biden's that type of dude. Obama called him Cool Joe and everything, but, I don't think he's going to be that kind of president. I think he's going to be not the kind of president that is, in your face, that we have to worry about saying something stupid. We'll see what happens, though. You guys, wait 1 second. I am going to mute my mic for 1 moment. I have to have a conversation with my son. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, you guys. Can you guys hear me? I'm back. Sorry, had to do a mom thing. Yeah, my son's been having an issue today, you guys. Okay, so, as you guys know, I am on autism channel, and I am the caregiver for an adult on the autism spectrum. And this whole corona thing has been a rough ride for us because, as I've said before, the majority of adults with autism, 80% of them don't have a job and live at home with their parents. And that's even if they got a degree, even if they went to college. My son is part of that 80%. One day he will have a job, though, even if we have to make one for him. But with that, he just sleeps half the day right now. And he's been doing that for several months. And he's not the only one. I've talked to other caregivers with adults on the spectrum who are high functioning, low functioning, in the middle, all over. If they don't have a schedule, this is what they do. So it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge, y'all. So I just had to have a little conversation with him. But I'm back. I know tonight is kind of like one of my slow nights where I'm just kind of rambling on and on and on. But, it's like that sometimes. I'm working on these hours. But of course, I always have something to say. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, our current president won't give me more to talk about. I personally just would have so much more respect if he would play in the sandbox with the rest of us. If he can't go quietly, that would never happen. But if he would just start with the transition, like it or not, Mr. Trump, unless you find, I don't know, some votes that somebody stuffed in a back closet that were for you, or that you can validate that any of the votes that were cast in any of the states where you are going after them, if you can't validate any of that by December 6th, game over. But here's my question. Why are you making us wait until December 6th for you to act right? Why are you making us do that? Told you, my son's having an issue. Now it's becoming a house issue. It's not easy living with a person on the autism spectrum sometimes, y'all. Anyway, moving forward. I just want Mr. Trump to play nice at this point. And I want the Republican Party to play nice at this point. I want our country to come together. And I know that's asking a whole lot, but we have got to find some way to heal. We have got to find some way to get rid of this systematic racism that's in our judicial system. Speaking of which, I was doing some research, minding my business, rolling around the internet, and I came across the story of a judge, well, former judge at this particular point, in the state of Ohio, named Tracy Hunter, who currently is fighting to get her reputation back based on lies and conspiracy, simply because she was Black and she was doing the right thing in children's court for children. Like, I don't know, stopping them from shackling juveniles, which is now banned in the entire state of Ohio. She was in Cincinnati. She's still in Cincinnati. Oh, did I mention that she's also a pastor of a church? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that part. Yet and still, in this Cincinnati judicial system, which is riddled with nepotism, not Black nepotism, that she was accused of nepotism with her brother. But then it was proven, I don't know, that her brother had been working in the court system for years before she was. So they have all of these crazy charges against her that didn't stick, but yet and still they sent her to jail, and she has been trying to overturn all of that. She's got everything, I think, except for a couple of things overturned. I'm going to be watching that. Hey, I'm going to say this. I know you probably don't watch my show that much, but I'm going to put this up to my to content creator Uncle Shug. Shug, I would love it if you talk about that, or if you do some looking into that, seeing as you're there. I don't know. Maybe you talked about it on your channel before. If you did, dude, let me know. I would like your thoughts on what's going on with former Judge Tracy Hunter. I just found that very interesting because, I looked at all the perspectives. Then I kind of rolled through and I found out what was going on, because this all happened a year ago when she went to jail and everything. She's been fighting over the last year to clear her name. And I just rolled through and found a bunch of different things in regards to this. And the thing is that she has all of these people who have been backing her up, who are not Black, because of the wrongdoing. And the only reason that they went through all of this with her is because she fought them, because, again, they tried to railroad her out of being in office. She won a legal election. Then they called the other person as the winner, blocked her from her office. She had to fight them in court to get to an office which she had legally won election to. And then when she was in office, they did everything that they could do to get her to step down. And when that wouldn't work, because they did not want this Black woman over children's court, which has one of the largest budgets, by the way. because she was doing what was right for the children. Because in Cincinnati, they were trying the majority of the Black youth as adults. Let's let that marinate for a minute. And they weren't doing the same thing with their white counterparts. And some of that changed when she came in there. And they didn't want that. Y'all surprised? I know y'all not surprised that it's like that in Ohio. Y'all can't be surprised that it's like that in Ohio. What? Y'all think that just happened in the South? Come on now. That don't just happen in the South. Racial injustice in the judicial system happens all over this country. Now, you guys might not know about Tracy Hunter. That's why I'm telling you about her. Because she's still fighting to get her job back and to get her reputation back. She's still fighting for that. Okay, you coming down here? You got it together? That's yours. That's yours right there. Okay. Hey, Lawrence. Lawrence, are you in the DMV area? Did you see that madness in downtown DC today? That was some madness. That was some madness. But yeah, no, you guys, I'm telling you. The racial injustice in the judicial system is alive and well all over the country. And the disparity is everywhere. But if you guys thought that was just happening in the South, oh no. It's probably more prevalent in the Midwest and in the West. You know, like here in the state of California. Oh, you didn't need to go down there. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess down there. Those people should be embarrassed. And now, did you hear what I said at the beginning of the show? It appears that Joe Biden has been predicted the winner in the state of Georgia too. So now he has the exact same amount of electoral votes that Mr. Trump had 4 years ago. Isn't that a coincidence? It's a coinky-dink. It's a coinky-dink. That's what it is. It's a coinky-dink. Yeah, nobody needed to be down there with those fools. Now there were anti-Trump folks down there, which is the reason why it appeared that it became violent between the Trump supporters and the anti-Trumpers. 2 people got stabbed, 10 people got arrested. Oh, but the Democrats are the ones who promote riots, right? It's the Democrats that are promoting that. That's what one of the speakers said. Yeah, that's what one of their speakers said. But that's not the truth. See, the rioters, these people who go around rioting, they don't have any political affiliation. They're just there to cause trouble. Yeah, they're just there to cause trouble. And they could be coming from any political arena. But they usually don't. They're just out there to do what they do. You guys, I know I have been grinding, and I appreciate everybody who comes through. I appreciate everybody who comes through and watches my videos, watches the replays, especially some of you big YouTubers that come through and watch my little teeny channel. I'm going to get it growing even more. I'm trying to start to put out more content specifically about things that are going on. In the autism community. I do have a vlog that will be coming out probably tomorrow because I finally got my microphone situation together, you guys. That was a challenge, but it's together. That will be dealing with an autistic man who's currently in prison. And the injustices that were done in his case because they never took into consideration that he had autism. You're Leston, but you're tired. See, I am, here's the thing. People think, they assume because I've got this because I have the purple hair and I'm all tatted up and I'm tattooed and everything, they assume that I'm a liberal. But what they don't understand is that Washington, D.C. and the D.C. area, we are very conservative. I know, but you come through and catch me on the replays. I know. I'm going to have to start doing I try to do stuff, I'm going to try to do some pop-ups during the day. But guess what? I am a little over 200 hours from being monetized. I have less than 200 hours to my 4,000 hours. I need 240,000 minutes. That's 4,000 hours. For those of you who don't know, I am at 222 something. So I have less than 200 minutes. 200 hours, rather. And I'm working on it. Hopefully, by the end of this weekend, I will be under 200 hours. And I will be in the home stretch, you guys. I will be in the home stretch. I know I'm not a big channel, and I know that a lot of the autism channels are not big channels. There are a few that are bigger, but none of the big autism channels are people of color. And when I'm talking about big, I mean over 100,000. I'm sorry. There's only one that's like over 1 million, but her channel is not specifically about autism. And that's Dama Wilson. Dama Wilson has been on YouTube forever. She started out on YouTube by herself. She was then a couples channel with her girlfriend. Then, she had her son through IV. She and her girlfriend broke up. She's now back to having her own channel by herself. And her son has autism. So she's an autism mom. And she talks about autism, but that's not the main theme of her channel. I do remember WK. Wow. KPFW. I remember. I remember WPGC and WKYS and WOL, which was AM. The AM station. I remember, yeah. I miss home. It's like if I could just transplant like the people, the people from home, and have the weather from California, that would be the ultimate mix. Because real estate in Southern California and in the DC area, we're right in the same place. It costs just as much to live at home as it costs to live here. The only difference is that the state taxes are much lower. Yeah, we're out here with the 10% in California, whereas it is 5, 6, and 4% in the DMV. That's how it is back home. I remember Haynes Point. I remember Haynes Point back in the day when you could drive through the park at night and it wasn't locked up. Right over there by the Awakening. And for those of you who are listening to my broadcast, who are not from Washington, D.C., like myself and my mod Lawrence, the Awakening is that statue that's coming up out of the ground, of the man coming up out of the ground, that you guys have seen in multiple movies that were filmed in D.C. It's called The Awakening, and it is in the park in D.C., Rock Creek Park at Haynes Point. Well, right now the California weather right now is cold in SoCal. But the only thing is that we just don't get 4 seasons. I mean, live in my car, Haynes Point. A lot of people hung out at Haynes Point and did a whole lot of things down at Haynes Point. But Haynes Point, whenever I hear that song by Erykah Badu, back in the day when things were cool, that's what makes me think of Haynes Point and us being in the car getting high. That's what we used to do at Haynes Point. That's what we used to do at Haynes Point at night. Now during the day, everybody was all spread out. Haynes Point is the part of the park that Black people in DC have claimed. It's where we congregate. Still, but back in the day, it was, God, man, it was nothing to just be out in the park in the summertime. We wasn't doing nothing. We just come out there with our radio, bring a cooler with stuff to drink, get some Holly Farms fried chicken. Y'all don't know nothing about Holly Farms. Holly Farms was a DC was a DC delicacy. Yep, back in the day. That song reminds me of that. Yeah, I gave y'all a little ditty. Y'all know I can sing. I just don't anymore too much. I sing a little bit. I'm actually working on an original intro with my own singing, an original intro and outro for my vlogs and for my live streams. I'm working on it right now. I'm laying down the vocal part because it's not, I don't think I'm going to be singing on it. I'm just going to be doing some sounds, some doo-wops. I'll call them that. I'm going to be doing some doo-wops. And I just got to lay down my percussions, and I got to figure out the keyboard sound that I want on it. I'm doing it in my garage band. So, you know, I'm making it in garage band. So once I finish it up, then I am going to upload it to my channel, and I'm going to ask y'all what y'all think. It's coming. It's coming. I'm doing it, you know. And I'm also working on my Teespring store, y'all. I'm working on the designs. I'm actually trying to, you know, do them myself on the computer. Now I'm artistic, you know, which means I know how to draw, but I'm trying to, you know, do the stuff on the computer. Oh yeah, no, we definitely got our own style. DC is different. Oh y'all, I have to say this. Kamala Harris is coming back to DC. Y'all know she's not a go-go music fan, I don't think. We need to make a go-go song for her as in homage. They were saying she was terrified and everything in DC when she was at Howard. Yeah, because Howard's in the hood. And she was from Oakland, but she ain't but 25% black. She ain't black enough. You know I'm acting silly now. But I am working on pulling myself. That will be something. Now, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Dude, if I put some a go-go percussion on my intro and my outro, if I change my stuff, and right now, if I get one with a go-go percussion in it, oh my goodness, that just gave me an idea. I need to do that. And GarageBand ain't got no go-go percussions. I'm gonna have to go find me a go-go percussion. I'm gonna look at my Pro Tools. I might have some go-go percussions. I'm gonna have to pull some into it. I didn't think about that. Man. Something like the percussions on Pump, 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 Pump Me Up by Trouble Funk. Something like those percussions. Oh man. And I actually have the 12-inch somewhere around here. Yeah, I got to figure out how to I'd have to make my own beat, my own go-go beat, because I ain't trying to get hit with no copyright claims. But dang, man. And I know Sugar Bear. You know, I know some of the old heads and stuff, but you know, I'm on the West Coast. Oh man, now that's making me think. I need to ask. I might have to get one of my friends back home to send me some go-go percussions. See, now you got me thinking, Lawrence. Anyway, I'm going to come on camera, you guys. I know y'all all hiding up in the clouds, but that's okay. I'm going to come on camera. David's coming on. You want to come on camera? All right, come on, come sit by Mom before I come on camera. It is after midnight and it is now Sunday, y'all. Let me see. All right, so let me do this. Hey, guys. Say hi. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all know. Yeah, he's dressed like a normal. E-flat boogie. Oh, dude, you taking me back. E-flat boogie. See, now you're going to have me listening to some go-go tonight. I'm going to be listening to some go-go. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Y'all know DC. I think it's almost time for me to change up my braids. These have been serving me good. These have been serving me good. But I guess it's time to do them over. But it's still gonna be braided, y'all. I'm sorry. DC keeps her hair in braids. It's gonna be braided. I just don't know how it's gonna be done. But I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back on tomorrow, or later today, rather. Later today. And I will see you guys then. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings. I'm gonna have to give me some go-go beat, Lawrence. Take me to the go-go. Take me to the go-go. Anyway, y'all know, see my DC side is coming out on y'all. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. Peace.